Today I'm going to put forth my fourth of 4 marathon videos. I've already put out a sub 4, a sub 3:30, and a sub 3 hour training program. This one is for sub 2:30. Okay, my 4 half marathon videos are already out: sub 2, sub 145, sub 130, sub 115. You'll see some similarities between them and these, but you'll see a lot of differences because obviously the path to getting to them is different. That said, I want to make a few points before I get into the details. If you've seen my other videos, and I encourage you to watch them, you'll see the way I lay out the training. It's very systematic and methodical. Personally, through experience, not only running but coaching over the last 15, 20 years, one of the things that I noticed with marathon training is if you're doing 16 weeks or even longer, it's easy to get stale towards the end. So I generally like to do something different where I incorporate a lot of just basic speed development in the beginning, as well as some hill running, and keep the intense parts of the running while infusing marathon pace a little bit on the light end. And I don't really start any VO2 max with threshold running until about 4 to 5 or 6 weeks in, which gives you several weeks less. But what it does is less of long, hard workouts. But what it does is it allows you to catch the marathon while you're still on your upswing instead of on the downtrend. It's easy for things to get stale if you're doing it for a long period of time. And I incorporate different dynamics into training every 4 to 6 weeks as well. So, like I said, it keeps things from getting stale and redundant, but it also keeps you engaged into the training because you're always looking forward to doing something new. And they test you differently. So it is a well-balanced program, and I do feel that every marathon program should be well-balanced, should have speed development, as your threshold running, your hills, your long runs, intermediate runs, as well as a lot of other components in strength training, nutrition. But what I want to do today is give you a 16-week breakdown on how I have gotten people under 2:30 for the marathon, and I have gotten several under 2:30 for the marathon, whether they started at 3:30, 2:50. We have used this program with a lot of success. I do have another video out there I encourage you to watch called Staple Half Marathon and Marathon Workouts. It gives you a lot of alternative workouts that you can plug in and out of, and I've used some of them as well. This is just a layout that gives you a template or a guide that you could follow or modify based on your preferences, not only for yourself, but the athletes that you might work with, as to what might fit best for them and you as well. So it's just a nice guide that I'm doing a lot of the grunt work, so which is totally fine because I want you to have a clear path towards achieving your goal. And at this point as well, my guess is you or other people you're working with have run several marathons already and are experienced. So the progression in training volume from video to video becomes more apparent. As you get fitter, you can do more. As you get fitter, you run faster, so on and so forth. So you'll see the volume here a little bit higher than it has been in the video before that, and before that, and before that. So the progression is apparent in my videos. So with that said, let's get into the training, okay? Week 1, and you're going to notice a consistency if you haven't already in the other videos. My Mondays are always going to be easy days. Okay? 6 miles on Monday. Tuesday is going to be a 2-mile warm-up, drills and strides, which is what the D/S stands for. 3 miles at marathon pace at 5:40 to 5:36. 5:40 is about a 2:29. I'm essentially training you to run between 2:25 and 2:29. I like to give you some cushion, and a little bit of cushion because the inevitable deceleration usually always happens in a marathon, particularly if you haven't done a lot of progression workouts, progression runs, and so on, which you will get here. But it still happens. Anything after 20 miles, it's really unpredictable. And I'd rather a panda jump on your back than a grizzly bear. So I'd rather you be as prepared as possible for anything that happens. So with that said, so you do 3 miles at marathon pace, 3 minutes of active recovery, then 8 by 100 meter uphill runs. Jog equal recovery to keep it aerobic, 2-mile cool down. I've said this in some other videos, you're focusing on pumping your arms, driving your knees up, leaning into the hill, but remaining upright, okay? Running off the balls of your feet. And the goal is to maintain as consistent of a stride pattern as possible, coming from the flat, so you can even accelerate from the flat into the uphill. Consistent, and then cresting up and going flat over, consistent, rather than attacking the hill super duper hard. I would do that for shorter and steeper hills, but in this case, the goal is to get you used to running consistently up and over, which a lot of marathons or even half marathons have without their course or throughout their course. So this prepares you for a rolling marathon. And if you happen to see a course map of the marathon you're going to run, take a look at it, break it down. These things are going to become important. And as well as uphill running becoming important for strength, developing leg strength, as well as speed development. So either whether your marathon's hilly or flat, it's still going to benefit you. Okay, but again, I would encourage you to look at the course map and simulate a lot of your workouts and a lot of your long runs, depending on how the marathon is structured. So whether it's flat or rolling, that's how you want to simulate a lot of the things so you're as ready as possible. So let's get back to it. 2 mile cool down, 8 miles intermediate run on Wednesday. That's going to get longer over time as well. 6 miles on Thursday, 5 by 50 meter strides. Okay, 2 mile warm up on Friday, drills and strides, 3 miles again at marathon pace. 5:40 to 5:36 per mile, 3-minute recovery. Now you're going to run 5 by 200 meters on a flat with a minute recovery at 5K to 3K pace, which is 38 to 36 per rep. I do use running calculators to calculate all my paces based on getting under sub 230 for the marathon, so you will be training at the appropriate training ranges, but make any adjustments that you need to. It's going to be harder to go from 255 to 230 than it will be 245 to 230. So pace ranges, if they need tinkering, feel free to tinker. This is at sub 230 appropriate training ranges. So if you need to progress, you progress. And some of the workouts you'll see here are progression type workouts. They get a little bit faster every time you do them. You repeat them. Okay. So 10 mile easy, nice and easy long run on Saturday. 5 miles easy on Sunday. Okay. Week 2, 6 miles on Monday. Tuesday, 2 mile warm up drills and strides. 3 miles again at marathon pace, 5:40 to 5:36, and then rest 3 minutes active, 10 by 100 meter uphill. So we added a couple reps of the uphills. Jog equal down recovery, 2 mile cool down. What this does is it gets you doing hill repeats when your heart rate's already up from running marathon pace or kind of tempo pace running. So it provides a little bit of a different stimulus. I'd rather you do something like that when the heart rate's already up than just go right into it. 8 miles easy on Wednesday, bike and cross train on Thursday. At this point, 50 to 60 minutes at your choice. But if you want to substitute that on occasion for another run to add volume, that's totally fine as well. It's completely up to you. Friday, 2 mile warm-up drills and strides. Now you're going to do 5 miles consecutively at marathon pace. 5:40 to 5:36, 3-minute recovery. Now 5 by 300 meters with a 200 meter jog recovery at 5K down to 3K pace. So it's 57 to 54 per rep. 2 mile cool down. Get you turning over when you're already fatigued. Okay. 13 mile long run on Saturday, rolling. And then 5 miles easy on Sunday. I generally like to alternate the long runs, whether it be rolling or flat. But again, you try to simulate as much as possible. Alternating them rolling and flat is going to build strength either way. But the more quality workouts, it'd be good to simulate the way the marathon is laid out, in my opinion. Week 3, 6 miles on Monday. Tuesday, 2 mile warm-up drills and strides, 3 miles at marathon pace, 5:40 to 5:36, 3 minutes of active jog recovery, then 6 by 200 meter uphill run. So we got a little bit longer on the uphill now. Jog equal recovery, 2 mile cool down. 10 miles nice and steady on Wednesday. That's an intermediate run. It's going to be a second run during the week. That's not as long as a long run, but it's going to get up to about 14 miles or so. That has you on your feet in one run for an extended period of time. So it's another important component to marathon training. Okay? 8 miles and 5 by 50 meter strides on Thursday for speed development. 6 miles on Friday. And then a 16 mile long run with 7 miles of it at marathon pace. 5:40 to 5:36 per mile. Mid-run, you can run 5 steady, 7 at that pace, and then 4 back to the steady pace. Which gives you a nice quality long run. And an off day on Sunday, I plug them in every 3 weeks at this level. In the beginning, they're every week, and then you progress them to every other week. And then I like to give one every 3 weeks at this level. They're also an important component to the training. Recovery is just as important as workouts. Okay, 6 miles on Monday during week 4. Tuesday, 2 mile warm-up drills and strides. That's always going to be consistent. 3 miles at marathon pace, 5:40 to 5:36. 3-minute active recovery. And 8 by 200 meter uphill now. So we added a few reps, but kept it at 200 meters. Jog equal recovery, 2 mile cool down. Wednesday, 10 miles, Thursday, bike and cross train. That's generally going to be every other week for the most part. Friday, 4 miles, nice and easy. 5 by 300 meter with a 200 meter jog recovery at 5K pace, which is 55 to 57 seconds per rep. Saturday, this is going to be the first of 3 10-mile kind of simulation runs, okay? So you're going to run 2 miles, and then you're going to run 10 miles at goal marathon pace, 5:40 to 5:36 per mile, and then 2 miles. So it's 14 miles continuous. 5 miles easy on Sunday. Week 5, 6 miles on Monday, 2-mile warm-up on Tuesday, drills and strides. You're going to fartlek now. 16 by 1 minute hard and 1 minute easy. By feel, but the 1 minute hard should be about half marathon pace or faster than half marathon pace. But again, go by feel. Then you're going to take a 3-minute recovery. Now we're going to run 3 miles at marathon pace on the back end of this now. 5:40 to 5:36. It gets you used to locking into marathon pace while you've already done something hard. So it kind of simulates being there towards the end of your race as opposed to towards the beginning. You need to know what it feels like to run marathon pace at any point in time, especially if that's pace you want to average. Okay, 2-mile cool down. 12-mile intermediate run on Wednesday with 5 by 50 meter strides afterward to get you turning over. 6 miles easy on Thursday. Friday, 2-mile warm-up drills and strides. First VO2 max workout. 5 times 1 mile, okay, with a 3-minute recovery. 5:10 to 5:02. It's between 30 and 40 seconds faster than goal marathon pace, but it's only 5 reps. So it's something you should be able to handle. It's an important part of the training as well. And then you're going to run 5 by 150 meter strides afterward. Jog equal recovery, just a turnover. And then a 2-mile cool down. 14-mile steady long run, just nice and relaxed on Saturday. 5 miles on Sunday. So you've seen here that we've incorporated hill running and flat speed development while infusing some marathon pace running so that you get a feel, you lock into that rhythm of that pace, okay? So we didn't really start any VO2 max or anything like that until week 5, which kind of trends you towards hitting the marathon, like I said, on the upswing, which is exactly where you want to hit it, okay? So let's take this down now, okay? You'll see some different dynamics to the training now. Okay, you'll see some more VO2 max, but then we're going to start to incorporate some threshold running and some other things as well. Okay, week 6, 6 miles on Monday. Tuesday, 2-mile warm-up drills and strides, 3 miles again at marathon pace. 5:40 to 5:36, 3 minutes recovery. Then 6 by 300 meter uphill runs with a jog equal back down, 2-mile cool down. Okay, same focused, consistent strides, just attack the hill, run nice and steady, then come back down. Okay. Doesn't really matter that you're slowing down, just matters that your stride pattern's consistent. Wednesday, 12-mile intermediate run. Thursday, 2-mile warm-up drills and strides, your first threshold workout now. It's going to be 10 times 1,000 meter threshold reps at 322 to 318. That's the appropriate threshold training pace for sub 330 or approximately 229-ish. 229 to 228, 227. 1 minute recovery. And then 5 by 100 meter strides at the end, jog equal, 2-mile cool down. Okay, threshold running you could do a lot more volume than you would, 10 by 1,000 meters with a 3-minute recovery. That's a different workout. It's take a lot longer to recover from, as opposed to threshold running, which is a little bit more of a non-invasive workout, but it allows you to get in good volume and come back a few days later and do another workout. Okay, bike and cross train on Friday, Saturday. 16-mile long run, 8 of which is going to be steady, and then 8 of which is going to be progression from 6:10 down to 5:40 per mile. Okay, and then 5 by 50 meter strides. That long run is going to be over a rolling area if it's available to you. Off day on Sunday. Week 7, 6 miles on Monday. Tuesday, 2-mile warm-up drills and strides. We're going to go 10 by 200 meter uphill now. Jog equal recovery, 3-minute active recovery when you're done. And then 3 miles at marathon pace, again, 5:40 to 5:36 marathon pace on the back end of some hard running. 2-mile cool down. 13-mile intermediate run Wednesday, 6 miles and 5 by 50 meter strides on Thursday. Okay, now this is going to be your second VO2 max type workout. Okay, and it's going to be a progressively faster workout. So Friday is going to be a 2-mile warm-up drills and strides. You're going to run 3 times 2 mile. Okay, your first effort, and they're going to be 3-minute recoveries after each one. Your first effort is going to be at goal marathon pace, 5:40 to 5:36. Second one, 5:30 to 5:26, so we're dropping 10 seconds. And then your third one, a 5:20 to 5:16, so we're dropping another 10 seconds. And then you're going to run 4 by 200 meters with a jog equal recovery, just to turn over at your pace by feel. 2-mile cool down. So we're progressing from marathon pace down to half marathon pace ballpark. Okay. 12 miles easy on Saturday, 5 miles easy on Sunday. Okay, so the 2 main workouts of the week. That's the big one right there. Week 8, 6 miles on Monday, 2-mile warm-up on Tuesday, drills and strides. Now we're going to go 8 by 1,200 meter reps at threshold. So it's almost the same volume as your thousands, but the reps are a little bit longer, okay? So you're going to stay a little bit longer in the threshold zone, which is a good thing. Same exact pace range, but it's going to be 402 to 358 per rep. The recovery is going to be 115 or 75 seconds, so it'll be a little bit longer. And then you're going to do 4 by 150 meter efforts at the end, equal jog recovery, just a turnover, 2-mile cool down. 14-mile intermediate run Wednesday. Thursday, 7 miles, 8 by 200s with a jog equal recovery at 3K pace, which is 36 to 37 per rep. Bike and cross train on Friday. Second of 10-mile simulators, week 8. Okay, they're every 4 weeks, week 4, 8, and 12. Saturday, 4 miles, and then 10 miles at marathon pace minus 5 to 10 seconds per mile. So it'll be 5:30 to 5:26 in this case. And then 4 miles on the back end, giving you 18 total miles. 4 miles on Sunday. And then week 9, 6 miles on Monday, 2-mile warm-up on Tuesday, drills and strides. Now we're going to run 2 miles at marathon pace, 5:40 to 5:36, and then 4 by 400 meter uphills with a jog equal recovery. Okay, you're going to take 3 minutes after that 2-mile effort. And then after the uphills, we're going to run 4 by 200 meter on the flat at 3K pace, which is 36 to 37 with an equal jog recovery. So we're incorporating a little bit of everything here. So a little bit of a transitional workout. Okay, 2-mile cool down. 13-mile intermediate run on Wednesday. And here's the main workout of the week, Thursday. 2-mile warm-up drills and strides. Now we're gonna go from 3 by 2 mile to 3 by 3 mile. Okay? Same concept. You're gonna have a 4-minute recovery. First one's gonna be 5:40 to 5:36 marathon pace. Second one 5:30 to 5:26. Third one a 5:20 to 5:16 per mile. And then 5 by 100 meter on the flat afterward. Jog equal recovery. 2-mile cool down. Again, adjust paces anytime you need to. But this is a good progression workout. Okay. 4 miles easy on Friday. And then a 16-mile progression long run on Saturday. 7:15 to 5:50. It's a good quality long run. Run the last 2 miles nice and easy. But the main workout is that bad boy right there on Thursday. Okay. And then a total off day on Sunday. Week 10. 6 miles on Monday. 2-mile warm-up drills and strides on Tuesday, 8 by 400 meter uphill runs, jog equal recovery, and then 5 by 50 meter strides on the flats for turning over, and then 2-mile cool down. 14-mile intermediate run on Wednesday, which is another quality day. Okay, and then we're going to do our third threshold workout. Thursday, 2-mile warm-up drills and strides. We're going 6 times a mile now at threshold. The recovery is going to be 130 per rep. After each rep, and then it's going to be a 5:25 to 5:20 per mile, which is pretty much the same exact pace as your thousands and your 1,200 meter efforts. Okay, again, staying longer in the threshold zone, building the amount of threshold abilities and threshold capabilities over time. Okay, your ability to handle more work and harder work. And then 4 by 200 meter accelerations with a jog equal recovery at 3K pace, 36 to 37 per rep afterward, turning over when you're fatigued. 2-mile cool down. Bike and cross train day on Thursday. Okay. On Friday. And on Saturday, 18-mile long run. Okay, we're going to run 5 miles of it just at a steady pace, and then we're going to incorporate some fartlecking here. Okay. I'm going to kind of piggyback on what we did on Thursday here. So you're going to start with 6 by 6 minute efforts with a 1-minute recovery, essentially threshold pace at marathon pace. So they'll be a little bit slower than those. But you'll be kind of a threshold simulation because you're only going to have minute recovery after each one, but these will be at marathon pace, 5:40 to 5:36. Okay, and then right after that, you're going to go 3 by 400 meters with a jog equal recovery or 400 meter jog at 5K pace, 74 to 75 seconds. It's all going to be continuous. Okay, your recovery could be easy, but the closer you can get to kind of a steady pace, the better off you'll be. You want to teach yourself how to recover actively and recover at a faster pace over time. Okay. but starting after 5 miles, and then continue on the rest of the way at a nice steady pace. 4 miles easy on Sunday. Week 11, 6 miles on Monday. Tuesday, 2 mile warm up. Drills and strides. We're progressing again here from 2 to 2 to 2 to 3 to 3 by 2 to 3 by 3 to 2 by 4 mile effort. So this is a 2 by 4 mile workout with a 4-minute recovery. First one, you're going to do 5:40 to 5:36, which is marathon pace. Second one, 5:26 to 5:22, which is essentially half marathon pace. Okay, nice progressive workout again. And then 4 by 100 meter strides, jog equal recovery on the flat with a 2 mile cool down afterward. Turning over when you're already fatigued. 13 mile intermediate run Wednesday. 8 miles nice and easy on Thursday, with a 5 by 50 meter strides. 5 miles easy on Friday. And then 4 by 200 meters, nice and easy. Just turn over a little bit, jog equal recovery. Saturday's going to be your first of 220s. Okay, 20 mile long run, 8 of which is going to be steady. Then the next 10 is going to be at marathon pace, 5:40 to 5:36. And then 2 mile easy on the back end. 2 miles easy on the back end. And then a 3 mile easy jog on Sunday. So you'll notice here some threshold combined with some VO2 max running while we're continuing the hill development. You may notice a difference. I mentioned it before, but anytime you do a threshold work, you can essentially come back 48 hours later, as opposed to when you do a VO2 max, you need an extra day or two of recovery to come back to do quality. So it takes longer to recover from harder workouts like VO2 max and harder stuff than it does threshold training. So it's just something to keep in mind. That's why I have it laid out accordingly. Okay, and you'll also notice the progressions. Okay, progression run incorporated within the long run. We're starting to transition a lot of stuff towards the long run as well to help simulate the marathon as much as possible. Okay, so let's take this down now. Now let's get to the last 5 weeks. Okay. At this point, we'll know how ready you are. And one of the reasons I have, and I may have mentioned it earlier, but the reason I have those 3 10-mile simulators is if you have not incorporated a half marathon race or a 10-mile race, these can act as races or race readiness components to the marathon. I do encourage you to find a half marathon, which you can plug in at any point. I think it's between 6 to 8 weeks out is a good time to do one. But that being said, it's completely up to you and what's available to you. Okay, so week 12, 6 miles on Monday, 2 mile warm up on Tuesday, drills and strides, 4 by 200 meter uphill, and 4 by 200 meter flat, jog equal after each one. Just a little bit of speed development on Tuesday, a light workout, 2 mile cool down. 14 mile intermediate run on Wednesday. Okay, that'll be your last 14. Thursday, 2 mile warm up, drills and strides. Now we're going to go 7 times 1 mile VO2 max type workout. 3-minute recovery, but we're going to go from 5:20 to 5:16 per mile. Okay, so a little bit slower than you ran the 5 times a mile, but 5:20 to 5:16 is the ballpark range. So it'll be essentially at half marathon pace or a little faster than that. Okay, and then I'm going to run 4 by 200 meters afterward with a jog equal at 3K pace, 36 to 37 per rep, 2 mile cool down. Okay, bike and cross train on Friday. Saturday, 3 miles, your third 10-mile simulator. Okay. If you want an extra day of recovery before this, feel free to switch Thursday and Wednesday. You can do the 14 on Thursday and the workout on Wednesday. That's completely up to you. But it's not as hard as a VO2 max workout, so you should be fine coming back in 48 hours for the simulator. In this case, it's going to be 10 miles minus 15 to 20 seconds per mile, 5:20 to 5:16, and then a 3 mile run on the back end, which is 16 total. You may not have noticed something. The same exact pace of this workout is the same exact pace of the simulator. I wanted you to get a feel for it before you did the simulator. That's one reason I plugged it in there. It would have taken longer had I gone 5:10 to 5:02, but I wanted you to get used to this pace so that you can do it. That the second time you do it is the simulator rather than the first time. So it's strategic. Off day on Sunday. Week 13, 6 miles on Monday. Tuesday, 2 mile warm-up drills and strides, 3 miles at marathon pace, okay, 5:40 to 5:36, and you're going to jog a mile. 2 miles at half marathon pace, 5:24 to 5:20, you're going to jog a half mile. And then 1 mile at 10K to 5K pace, which is 5:10 to 5:06, 2 mile cool down. progressively increasing the faster race. The reps get shorter, the pace gets faster. Okay, 12 miles intermediate on Wednesday, we're cutting those back now. 8 miles and 5x50s on Thursday, and speed development is always going to be constant. 4 miles easy on Friday, so you see the 3 easy days recovering from that hard workout. And then your second 20-mile long run. In this case, it's going to be 10 steady, then 9 progression from 550 to 530 per mile. 1 mile easy cool down. And then 3 miles easy on Sunday. Okay. If you want to know what steady pace is, I encourage you to look at my other videos that help you determine the appropriate training paces for easy, steady, threshold. I've got those. I also have a simulator workout that tells you what you've done for a half marathon, should tell you where you should be for the marathon and the 10K, as well as a 1 mile time trial that tells you where you should be for 3K and 5K and 800 and 400. So they're both important components to training for any event that I encourage you to watch, because it'll give you a lot of information and help you set the training paces that you need to set for the races that you want to run and plug them in where you want to plug them in. Okay, so let's get back to it. 3 weeks left. Week 14. 6 miles on Monday. Okay, now this is essentially 18, 11, and 4. 18 days out, 11 days out, and 4 days out. My 3 progressively callousing workouts to really get you ready for the marathon. The 3 last really hard ones that are not the long run. Okay, so 2 mile warm-up drills and strides. Okay, this is going to be a simulator. 3K hard, 1K easy, times 4. Okay, your 3K efforts are going to be from marathon pace to half marathon pace, which is 540 to 520. Progressively get faster. Your 1K jogs will just be nice and steady at an easy pace. Okay, not crawling, but just at a nice, easy recovery. Okay, you're doing 4 of them and then a 2 mile cool down. Okay, it's a nice callousing workout. 10 miles on Wednesday, intermediate run. Thursday, we're going to come back and just do a little bit of speed. 2 mile warm-up drills and strides, 5x300 meter efforts with a 200 meter jog at 5K pace at 54 to 55 per rep. 2 mile cool down. I could have put it after here, but since it's progressively getting faster workout, I wanted to give you a little recovery from this. That's why I put it here. Bike and cross train on Friday. Okay, doing dropping back on the long runs now. Saturday, 17 miles with miles 9 through 16, 8 miles total, at marathon pace minus 5 seconds per mile. So 5:35 to 5:30 instead of 5:40 to 5:35 or 5:36. Okay, and then you run your last mile nice and easy. Off day on Sunday. Week 15, 5 miles on Monday. We're cutting that back too. Second callousing workout. 2 mile warm-up drills and strides. This is a 10-minute, 8-minute, 6-minute, 4-minute, and 2-minute fartlek. Okay, 2-minute recovery after each one. You're going to progress from 6 minutes down to 5 minutes per mile. I have it set up so that the 10 minutes at 6 minutes per mile, 8 minutes at 5:45, 6 minutes at 5:30, 4 minutes at 5:15, 2 minutes at 5 minutes. So you're dropping 15 seconds per mile per effort. 2 mile cool down. Progressively getting faster. Okay, to help you simulate going at it a little bit more conservatively in a marathon, locking into your pace and potentially finishing stronger at the end, as opposed to the other way around. Okay, 8 miles on Wednesday, starting a little bit of a taper now. 6 miles on Thursday, 5x50 meter strides. 4 miles on Friday, and on Saturday is the last long run, 14 miles with miles 8 through 13, so it's 6 miles total, at marathon pace minus 10 seconds per mile, so 5:30 to 5:26 pace, and your last miles, nice and easy. 3 miles on Sunday. And then week 16, race week, okay? 4 miles Monday. Tuesday's another workout. I want to keep you in the consistent rhythm of going hard every couple of days, but even in a race week. Okay, you want to have some type of quality to keep your body in sync and keep it in rhythm. It's only going to be 5x800 meter efforts with a 2-minute jog recovery at 250 to 240. So it's 540 to 520 per mile pace. Very manageable. Cool, 2 mile cool down. That's it. 5 miles on Wednesday, 5x50 meter strides. Thursday's a bike and cross train day. Friday's a total off day. I have the off day on Friday with the understanding that the marathon on Sunday. Most major marathons are on Sunday, but if it's Saturday, you move your off day to Thursday to move things around a little bit. I like it 2 days out instead of the day before, so that doesn't throw your legs off whack or off rhythm. 2 mile shakeout on Saturday just to shake the legs out. And then on Sunday, warm up 5 to 7 minutes. If you're training for a marathon right now, the marathon's going to be in the fall, so it'll be a little cooler. So 5 to 7 minute jog It's not going to do a ton, but it's going to get the legs warmed up. It's going to get your heart rate up to allow you to get right into your marathon, because you may be standing in a corral depending on where you're at. Either way, you'll be standing in a corral no matter what pace you're running for at least a few minutes. So that at least helps get your body temperature up. 26.2 marathon, you go after it. Cool down, no cool down. Okay? And that's it. Hopefully this training program gives you some insight. You can use it as a guide to follow. You can use it as a template, something you can modify to build your own program. I encourage you to look at the other video I have, staple marathon and half marathon workouts. It gives you a lot of other ideas. But the way I have it laid out, and I've used this for several athletes, and I've got several under 230 with a program either almost identical to this or quite similar, with a lot of these same workouts. This is a good program. It's well balanced. And again, make it specific to you. So do what you need to do to help you get to where you need to go. Okay, as well as for your athletes as well. I hope you find this content valuable. If you do, please click the like button and please click the subscribe button. Okay, by clicking both of them, it shows me that the content's valuable, and it allows me to keep sending out more videos and more training things like this. It doesn't mean you're going to get a million emails or notifications every time I post something. It just means that anytime you look for something that's specific, and if I happen to have posted a video that's similar or relates to what you're looking for, it shows up in your search. So my Instagram page is Black Belt Running Coach. I drop a lot of running content on there as well. And my email is blackbeltrunningcoach@gmail.com. If you have any specific questions, drop a comment down below. But if you need any more specific guidance of a personal nature, feel free to email me, and I'd be more than happy to help out. Have a great season, good running, and let's go get them.